Hello everyone and welcome to today's tutorial where I'll be showing you how we crochet these cute little jellyfish. Quite simple, they're mini amigurumi, so it doesn't take so long. If you're interested, then keep on watching. My name is Melissa. So I'll be using a cotton yarn with a gauge of 3.5mm to 4, and it is in blue. Then I have a black scrap yarn, some cotton stuffings we also need. I also have a scissors and a tapestry needle. We also need a stitch marker and a crochet hook. I'm using a 2.5mm hook. So we begin by making a loop, and this is how I like to make a loop. So continue by chaining 2. Then use your stitch marker to mark this particular stitch. This will be the first stitch for the next round. In the second stitch of this chain, insert 6 single crochets. So make 6 single crochets into the same stitch. So we are done with that round. Now change the position of the stitch marker and into our second round we'll be inserting 2 single crochets into this stitch. That's the first one, then a second single crochet into the same stitch. So this is kind of the repetition for this round. You're inserting 2 single crochets into the same stitch for the whole round, and this should give you a total of 12 stitches. So continue this way until you complete this round. Now we are into our third round, and we'll be single crocheting in this first stitch, and into the second stitch we'll be inserting 2 single crochets. So repeat this. You alternate 1 single crochet followed by 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Keep repeating this up to the end of this round. We are now into our fourth round, so change the position of the stitch marker and let's continue. In the first stage, insert a single crochet. In the second stage, also 1 single crochet. Then we do an increase into our third stage. This is our third stage, so insert 2 single crochets into the same stage. So we are repeating this. 2 stitches with 1 single crochet followed by a third stitch with 2 single crochets. So repeat this for the whole round. So next round we continue increasing by single crocheting 1 into the first stitch, 1 into the second stitch, that's the third stitch, we also single crochet 1, and the 4th stitch we increase. So we insert 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Repeat this up to the end of the round and you should have a total of 30 stitches. For the 6th round, we'll be doing things differently. So turn your work around that the wrong side is facing you and change the position of your stitch marker to the loop on the hook. We'll be working in the back stitch of each stitch. If you look, every single crochet of the previous round has 2 loops, and we'll be working in this back loop. Only the back loop, not the front loop. All your stitches should be inserted into the back loop. So we begin with this first stitch here and into the back loop slip stitch. So this is how we make a slip stitch. In the second stitch, make a double crochet into that back loop. That's a double crochet, but we need 2 into the same stitch there. So insert another double crochet into that same stitch. So the following stitch, we repeat that again. So working only into the back loop, make a slip stitch. So insert your hook, pull that yarn through and pull it through the loop on the hook. That's a slip stitch. For a double crochet into the next stitch, but working on the back loop, we insert 1 double crochet followed by another double crochet. So wrap your yarn onto the hook, insert your hook and pull the yarn through, then pull it through 2, then pull it through 2 again. That's how you make a double crochet. Now we repeat again. So continue alternating. So a slip stitch followed by 2 double crochets into the same stitch. So do this all the way around up to the end of this round. Now for this next round, we first need to change the position of the stitch marker. So insert your stitch marker into that loop on the hook. Now turn your work around that the right side is facing you. For the 7th round, we need to insert a single crochet into the remaining front loops from the 6th round. In the 6th round, we single crocheted into the back loop of the stitches, and now we are crocheting into the front loop from the previous round. So insert a single crochet in each and every remaining loop from the 6th round. So continue this way and you should have a total of 30 stitches by the end of this round. We are now into the 8th round. First, change the position of your stitch marker and let's insert a single crochet into this single crochet of the previous round. So that's our first stitch for this round. Insert a single crochet followed by another single crochet. That's the second one, the second stitch. In the third stitch, we also insert a single crochet. Into the fourth stitch, insert a single crochet. In this round, we're doing increases. So in this 5th round, insert 2 single crochets into the same stitch. This is a repetition for the whole round. So 4 stitches with only 1 single crochet, followed by the 5th stitch with 2 single crochets. So repeat this up to the end of this round and you should have a total of 36 stitches. We are now into our 9th round. First, change the position of your stitch marker as always. In this round, we'll be inserting a single crochet in each and every stitch. So a single crochet in the first stitch, second stitch, all the way around until you have 36 stitches. So insert a single crochet in each stitch for this round, for the 10th round and 11th round. Now this is how our piece looks like after those 3 rounds of single crochets. And now we're ready to continue with our 12th round. So insert a single crochet into the first stitch, followed by another single crochet into the second stitch. The third stitch is also a single crochet. Fourth stitch, a single crochet. Then single crochet the 5th and the 6th stitch together. So we are doing decreases and we'll be crocheting the 5th and the 6th stitch together. So repeat this all the way up to the end of this round and your stitches should have decreased to 30. In this round, we continue decreasing our stitches. And we'll be single crocheting into the first stitch, followed by another single crochet into the second stitch. The third stitch is also a single crochet, but the 4th and the 5th stitch, we single crochet them together. That makes a decrease. So this is a repetition. Repeat this to the end of this round. Next round, we need to make a single crochet into the first stitch, into the second stitch, also a single crochet, then single crochet the third and the fourth stitch together. Now repeat this for the whole round and you should have a total of 18 stitches by the end of this round. Now, before we continue with our decreases, secure that loop which was on the hook using your stitch marker and let's stuff this piece tightly. So insert enough stuffing and not too much and also not too little. We are now into our 15th round. So this round is a little bit tight since we have the stuffing, so don't take care not to skip any stitch. So insert a single crochet into the first stitch, followed by single crocheting the second and the third stitch together. So we are decreasing in the second and the third stitch. So this is a repetition. So a single crochet followed by single crocheting the second and the third stitch together. So repeat this and at the end of this round your stitches should have decreased to 12. In this round we are single crocheting the first and the second stitches together. So first and the second stitch together. So repeat this up to the end and your stitches should be 6. Should add up to 6. So we are now done. Cast off and seal the opening. We now move to the second step of crocheting this jellyfish. Now make a loop and let's attach our yarn between the first and the second round. So pick a stitch between the first and the second round. You pick any stitch. Then insert your loop into the hook and pull it through. Now let's chain 12. skip the first 2 stitches, and into the 3rd stitch we make a half double crochet. So insert a half double crochet to the 3rd stitch of that chain, the 2nd stitch the same way. So insert half double crochets all the way through that chain, and they should total up to 10 half double crochets. So we insert our last half double crochets in that stitch. Now skip 1 stitch, so it's a little bit tight, so be careful. So skip 1 stitch, and into the next stitch we make a single crochet. Then skip another stitch, so the following stitch, skip it, and into the next one insert a single crochet. Then you chain 12 again. So repeat what we did with the first arm. So this is how we are creating the arms of the jellyfish. So we are chaining 12, making half double crochets, so 10 half double crochets, then making a single crochet. We'll now be crocheting another set of arms. So between the 2nd and the 3rd round, we'll be inserting the arms. So you skip above the last single crochet you made, skip 1 stitch. So above it you skip 1 stitch, and then into the next stitch, which is between the 2nd and the 3rd round, make a single crochet. Now chain 12 again and repeat the pattern on how to make the arms. So you chain 12 and into the 3rd stitch all the way down the chain insert half double crochets, which will total up to 10 half double crochets. Then skip 1 and single crochet into the next stitch, just the same way we've been doing for the first set of the arms. So repeat the same thing, and when you're done with that round, so the space between the second and the third round, you move to the next space, which is between the third and the fourth round, so until the last round. So you continue this way until you have the last set of arms. We are now done crocheting the arms of the jellyfish, and they should total up to around 15 arms. Now you skip one stitch, and into the next stitch make a slip stitch. Then chain 1 to secure, and let's cast off. Now sew the rest of the ends that we have hanging around. So sew them into the body to secure and also hide them. So the rest you can cut off. Feed the black yarn to your tapestry needle and make a knot at the end of the yarn. Now we are ready to embroider the mouth first, followed by the eyes.